Oh, pen.
Ready? Good morning, everybody. I welcome you to a very important day. It's a good day. Before we go any further, open up with a prayer. Gashlo wakantanka tate dopo unchimaka na Tungashlo wakantanka wana betik de opira tanka chichia Tungashlo. Tungashlo wakantanka wana medaki epi isaki biancapi Tungashlo wana wayankapi Tungashlo wakantanka wana medaki epi Oichaki Tungashlo Tungashlo wakantanka. We come to you today to give thanks for blessing us with another beautiful day to walk upon Mother Earth. I ask that you be with the relatives here, sitting amongst each other, as this is an important day for all of us, to bring home our relatives who have been gone for many years, to bring them home, to lay them to rest with the relatives here on the Fort Peck Indian Reservation. I ask that you watch over each and every one of them. We ask these things in a pitiful way and Dakwaster.
So today we're doing the official signing of the affidavits for the Carlisle Boarding School. We have two individuals, Christine Redstone and Peter Howe. One of the representatives can be here, so chairman is stepping in to sign the affidavit for him. And this is a long time coming. It takes a lot of research background from the Army Corps of Engineers to send paperwork, and it's a long process. And even though we're hoping for this year, we were told that the closest time that we can go after the relatives is now September 2026, because a lot of the other tribes have put in their paperwork and they've gotten help. And there's a lot of tribes that are represented there at the cemetery. So I think that's enough time to prepare and us be ready, the department be ready, the families be ready, to plan now for the excavation and who will be coming, flying over, and then we'll bring back the children on a train ride. Anything else from here till then, any other comments or questions or what you want to prepare for, how the families want to proceed, we'll have more meetings, and Michael can invite her family. So it's a long time waiting. I know that there's multiple people that have been advocating for this, and so I think it's another step forward. So we just have a lot of things to think about, and I'm really grateful that people can step in with the family and be here. So I really appreciate it. But we'll have Jeff say a few words, and then we'll have the BIA representatives say a few words.
Hi, most of you know me. My name's Jeff Berger. I'm the Disaster Emergency Service Director for the Fort Peck Tribes. We work with a lot of different entities with Fort Peck Tribes, state and federal. And one of the biggest things that we're focusing also is cultural disasters and emergencies. Right now, one of the biggest pushes, not only on our reservation, but throughout Indian country, is our language, our culture, our traditional ways. And, I was fortunate enough to travel with Dyan this past year to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to the Carnegie Museum to repatriate some remains that they had for a lot of years that came from our reservation, and a lot of artifacts that are going to be coming home hopefully this summer. But going there and partaking in that, it opened my eyes to a lot of things that our people had went through a long time ago. And a lot of our identity was taken from us. For some of you, that do participate in our traditional way of life. I mean, it was a very big eye opener. It's just kind of emotional for me because I've seen things in that museum that we were just talking about this that they shouldn't have had. You know, we've seen baby remains. We've seen outfits of little children. And, you know, to me, that's a disaster. To me, that's something that our tribe, you know, we need to regain ownership of these remains, of these artifacts. And that's one of the main pushes that through my department, that I'm working very closely with cultural resources, with the chairman, and through, you know, through these other entities to hopefully get that pushback to get those remains, get those artifacts back here to our people. And that's just a little bit of what I do for our reservation, just a little bit. And I mean, I deal with all types of disaster and emergencies, and you know, for those of you that do know me, I you know, do my best to walk a good path, but do my best to walk with the traditional ways of life, Dakota and Nakota, on our reservation. And for me, this is something very important. So I'd like to thank Dyan for giving me the time to speak and you know, share with the families that you do have support, a lot of support. So thank you.
Anna and Grant. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hello, my name is Anna Eder. I'm the superintendent with the Bureau of Indian Affairs at Fort Peck Agency. I'd like to thank Dyan and the chairman for inviting us here today from the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and we support Dyan in all her endeavors in bringing back our relatives back to our reservation that have been at the Carlisle Indian School and other places. And the BIA has come a long ways over the years, and will continue to foster our government to government relationship with the tribes that we serve. And I think things aren't the greatest, but we're getting better. And I'd just like to welcome everybody here today. Thank you.
Well, again, hello, everybody. Like I said, you know, today's a good day. We get to bring our relatives home, you know, after many years of being gone. You know, and I've attended quite a few repatriations. We brought back a lot of things in the last couple of years, you know. And but what I witnessed is that the people that have our belongings, that have our artifacts, that have our people, they don't understand how we live our way of life here on the reservation. And when I go with Dyan, I try my best to explain, you know, that when we put our people to rest, that's where they're supposed to be. I explain to them that by you taking them, you know, you're putting them they're not resting, they're wandering, they're looking for their items. Each particular item that they're buried with is something that they use in the other camp. It's a tool that they carry with them so that they're prepared when they go. And I explain that. And I tell them that, you know, when you take these items, when you take our people from their resting places, that you're disturbing them. You're not only disturbing them, but you're disturbing the families. The families are feeling lost. The families are wondering what's going on. Why is this difficulty upon us? And these are the reasons that I explain. I try my best to explain. And it's hard to not be upset about it. You know, it's hard to to hold my composure, you know, when I tried to explain these things. So we made a stance. We made a stand, and we started bringing items home. Some facilities weren't in compliance with NAGPRA. They didn't have an inventory. So rightfully, we took the items back and we brought them home. And that's the stance that we made has traveled across the United States. And now there's museums, there's colleges that have remains, have artifacts that are starting to reach out, asking, when can you come look? When can you come identify these objects? When can you come and visit the remains we have? How can we start the process to bring your relatives home, to bring these items back to your reservation, to your people? So again, I say, you know, it's a good day, you know, and we still have a couple of years to prepare, but it is a good day because we're making waves throughout Indian country. We're showing our relatives and other tribes how to go about doing these things to bring our relatives home and bring our items home. Thank you.
Hi, I was first told about Christine probably I didn't know about her until about 5 years ago, and Ken Ryan approached me and told me about her. And as soon as he told me about her, I just felt this immediate connection to her, and I just got emotional because all I could think was like, she was only 6 years old and they took her from here, and she was gone for like 10 years, and I know she wanted to come back, and her staying over there just like hurts me because I know she needs to be home and she needs to be with us. And I'm just so thankful for my tribe and for Dyan's work in getting her home with us. And I don't know a whole lot of things about my grandfather, her dad, but I just know like the stories from elders have told me and my grandparents have told me. And I know that not only did that man have a love for his people, he had a love for his family. I know he would want us to fight to get her back here. And I am just so very grateful that we're all able to like get her back and to get her back amongst us, and to so she could really truly rest, because I know like even when leaving home, I still feel the connection here, and I know she just wants to come home and she needs to be home. So repatriation and bringing her back, I'm just so glad that we've made it this far. And thank you.
So we'll have you guys do the signature, so you can sign above your name. And then we'll have Misty come and do the notary. Anybody in
Mhm.
the
So again, I want to say, Opida Tonka to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here to witness this great event. If anybody has anything to say, you know, you're more than welcome to say that now.
Audagutia Makai Chanchamagi Abadishana Jamachano Tabekawak and Wati. My name is Lance Four-Star. I'm a descendant of Chief Redstone as well. Grandma Frida Four-Star was a Redstone. On behalf of the Four-Star Redstone family, I'd like to thank the Fort Peck Tribes, our chairman, and the Tribal Historic Preservation Office, as well as the BIA for helping bring Grandma home. So we're very happy for this historic occasion, and it's an honor to be present. Thank you very much. Panamia.
Anybody else?
Everyone's looking up.
I didn't.
I am Florence Forster, and my mother was Frida Redstone Forster, and she looked forward to this. She, of course, she's passed on, she'd be over 101 if she lived. We had her till she was 95. But she used to tell us that, and it's like Michael said, it's, you know, it hurt us that we had a relative way over in someplace out east that was taken as a young girl. And her relatives, of course, they're all gone now, but they look forward to her coming home like any other young person. You know, when they return from school or something, you're happy to see them, you know, give them a hug and you welcome them home. But this, nothing was ever, she never made it home. And I am just thankful that this is coming to, you know, coming to reality, that we can lay her to rest. There's a lot of redstones on my mother's side that there should be more of us. And I know my mother would be happy if she was here today. But with that, I'd just like to thank the tribal chairman, you that's been working, Jeff, many of you that's been working for this. Because my mother was always very forgiving. She used to say, love one another, don't have hate in your heart. Love one another. And even though she knew that was wrong, that whatever happened, she still kept that good feeling that something good was gonna come. And today that's happening. And I'm just thankful for that. Thank you.
Anybody else? You know, I've lived and understand this way of life. You know, I don't know everything. You know, I continue to learn each and every day I walk upon Mother Earth. And I'll never know everything. But I know the importance of our people. I know the importance of taking care of our people. And I'll continue to do my best to make sure our people are taken care of, even the ones that have gone on before us. I'll continue to back Dyan and all her work that she does for our tribe, to bring our loved ones home, to bring our items home. And so in closing, well, I'd like to offer a prayer song, you know, for each and every one of you. That there's some closure coming, you know, that you can feel at ease now, you know, that your relative is going to be coming home. Not only your relative, but our relative, you know. So Makatangayay, Aushe Marayay, De Makakishelong Hayay, Shano Pakere, Heyo Ha Hoye, Waye Telo, Hayay, I had a way, I had a way, I had a way, I had a way, Wakatangayay, Aushe Marayay, De Makakishelong Hayay, Shano Pakere, Heyo Ha Hoye, Waye Telo, Hayay.
All right, so with that, again, just thank you guys for coming. The office has some food for you guys to sit, enjoy the museum. This is your archive. If you have questions about, if you ever went into another museum and saw items, from Nakota, Dakota, or Lakota or something, and it's my job to bring them back. And, like a lot of you know, and my dad was a previous director for this department, so I was raised in the museum and the archive, and this work is all I know. So if you know of anybody, other relatives, it's my job, and it's all I know to bring our things back home. So I appreciate Chairman and Michael and for bringing her family, and BIA, and then all the people who are online, multiple supporters and people that couldn't be here, and other tribes who are witnessing. So I thank them for witnessing, and of course, the many people that we can't see that are here, the ancestors, people that have worked here in this position who are not here, so I thank them too for being a part of this. And just from there, keep praying, and before we know it, it'll be time to fly over there. It'll be time to witness, a hard time of excavation. But I do archaeology, so I'll make sure they do it right. And then we'll prepare for them coming home. So thank you.
I have one question. So when they're actually home, who picks out where they're gonna be laid to rest, the family or?
So Christine will go with the family. So you guys will prepare those arrangements. And then for Peter, the other family, they asked the tribes to take care of it. So Peter will be put in the repatriation cemetery that's outside of Poplar, and we'll have a burial ceremony for him. But when that day comes, when we come off the train, the family's good to take Christine. You guys make your preparations.
Okay. Thank you.
So, all right, let's eat.
Thank you. Good job. Can I get a picture of that?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Oh.
Did it?
Oh, shaky.